a doma would repeat to the house of Ntim Fordjor to prevent the NIB from effecting the arrest. That is the main critical reason. Miniaba.
All right. What's here? I say omuni arrest warrants. Process I was a woman fast to the woman faso. And also
Miniaba, let me say this on authority. And anybody listening to me, should take this note. When it comes to matters of security, especially in this very circumstance regarding the wild allegation made by Ntim Fordjor. Look, it's the Young Criminal and Offences Act in the Krana. There's nothing wrong for the national security or any of the security agencies to effect an arrest without court warrant. Especially on the basis that Yimpano is on the verge of causing a serious harm to the state. Look, let's be serious as a country. You were in Ntim Fordjor, and the more only to know, it is a serious security issue to the state. And the implications, you and I are going to suffer for that implication. Look, you are talking about somebody who is becoming a serious threat to the state, putting about 32 million population, one future, one life, into danger. And you are talking about the approach used by the NIB, as in whether it is within the law or not. In any case, anybody condemning the NIB will be someone who say, hasn't the NIB and other security agencies tried to meet or try to recall Ntim Fordjor to tender in the evidence of what about that wild allegation? Has anybody tried to find out? Because look, from where I stand as a security expert, my intake tells me, say, the security agencies almost try, say, they want to collaborate and cooperate with Ntim Fordjor. Now, evidence is based on them baseless and reckless claims now. Continuously for the past 2 weeks, what shall I say there? Open up Bomano. But he's not ready to cooperate. Okay? And the more knowledge to know, it's a serious threat to the state. So the security has no option than to use the covert approach. But I blame some people who try to give that intel. More than the minority from the opposition side who took it to the house and prevented him from being arrested. Look, let me give you 1 or 2 implications about Anamona Ntim Fordjor Otuno. Internally, in the domestic domain, internally, when you say Anamona only to know, it is an attack to the integrity and the credibility of our security agencies in terms of protecting the state from any narcotic or whatever that will tarnish that will tarnish the image of the country international-wide. And beyond that, Ntim Fordjor and one only to know. Or what my country to the US, the European Union, or members of the European Union, blacklist Ghana. Okay? Because these countries I'm talking about, the US and members of the European Union, these are countries they are fighting against narcotic drugs. And see, when say if a member of parliament, not just a member of parliament, a member of the Interior and Defense Committee, with this wild allegation, say Ghana has become, a hub for trafficking, drug trafficking, without any evidence. So what do you want the outside world to look at Ghana? And beyond that, do you know, sir, there can be a strict surveillance on Ghana, especially in Zama export to the other countries, you know. There can be what we call a strict custom, you know, surveillance. I said that in the way they can even place embargo on the items and other exporting that you make because of this baseless and the reckless allegation. So look, beyond what we are seeing, there is a very serious, you know, implication when it comes to them what the allegation are in Fordjor or make without any evidence. So look, let nobody question the approach by the NIB. In Fordjor must be arrested and must make sure that he provides evidence. And if he doesn't provide the evidence, he must be prosecuted.
All right, Anthony Pachotimeka. All right, dear me person be who say from the security angle and I want ya say yenya ya wabontin dear young hununi say any pano moko go in team for your fear no and I the main reason why in tia yanchena other than national security for no anchini power no be stumbling block our more obaka say nipa subesi abegu nti and you come with you if you have the right to effect the arrest them because what are they doing there?
Very good question, yeah. Very, very good question. You know, at a point in time, Mama Kenny there, at that very moment, you know, now, Omo Yadena political. And within the political space, you know, Omo how to handle things. Okay? And beyond that, you know, in every security operation, there is an objective. Okay? And again, there are principles that you try to obey to make sure that the operation becomes successful. But I am believing, say, whoever gave them the intelligence, you know, say, if Fordjor is about to be arrested, you know, he was able to also give them the countermeasure by calling in a lot of people to come there. Because by giving that countermeasure of calling a lot of people to come there, that might be, you know, against the principle that the NIB want to use in order not to make the issue, you know, more political. And that's why, hey, so in that case, they have to what? Reserve to what? The principle from Muhot in order to take this operation. But I am still insisting there, yeah? Even though to me and Westerno. But the national security must go all out. The NIB must go all out and invite into Fordjor. You might say it's an arrest, but I would say invite into Fordjor. Any evidence he must provide it. And if he doesn't provide that evidence, the state must prosecute him to serve as deterrent to anybody who wants to tarnish the image of the state.
All right, David, mene wo ya adwen on that aspect. Say the yemi enyina so a enunti minority ni chese there was no arrest warrant. Send yemra no so chese or a sitting member of parliament. I was here the common speaker. There was nothing like that. Wo che and say national security betimi operating in that style. And so ya wa bonten de ye beka say wo pese wo effect arrest no naka eye dan ya ntimi encounter sa nyama we ya and I can follow process and now yet mention at all costs because the process be on my own volunteer and a man depending on quack board on Pimo say young Penema Monchano.
Yeah, look, let me say this. When it comes to matters of individual rights, just supporting with national security operational, I have a lot of problems, and I believe that. And sometimes no you know how the security operates, especially when it comes to human rights and how the security operates. We are talking about oil threat to the state, and the mono to know it is affecting the state, you know, the whole state. What do you call it? The whole living of the state. Okay, so in this particular instance, you know. So if we are talking about the situation at Hana, and I made a critical example, say, which are the criminal, an offences act now. Okay, you did not need that. The national security or the NIB do not go in with this, arrest warrant. There is nothing wrong to say it is against the law. And beyond parliament issue now, what can you? That's what I would say the parliament, like I said, okay, it doesn't defeat the operation by the security when the need arise. When the need arise, because it is a threat to the state. And they don't have to wait and say he should continue be doing it should be a threat to the state till the time the speaker back there. You can now go in for him or you cannot invite him. No, we don't go that angle. When it comes to matters of security, they need to arrest him and make sure they put an end to whatever he's doing, especially spreading that wild allegation without any evidence.
But Antonio, the only member against it's long overdue because your man and whole crime were called radio talk. Many TV stations have invited him. Last Saturday, no one Sami Jemfi on Joy News. So you could see, say, your man wa peddles our folks who do not act. So we can expect these consequences.
Yeah, again. And for me, when the issue started, the very beginning, the first thing I said was that he should be arrested. He should be arrested. Because look, such what, allegations, and that claims, say, oh yeah. Quickly, you gather your evidence. Now, assembly shots, now, the appropriate instructions, you ready to meet them. But here is the case that this is a personal. For about 2 weeks now, the security agencies almost tried their best there. They will meet you and collaborate. And you are denied to meet them. Going about on radio, destroying the country, destroying the government. You might think that for political reasons, you want to paint the government, black. But this is not about the government. It is about the security of the state. It is about the security of the citizens. Because citizens are outside the country. And this will be US. Let's say, almost claim that Ghana or trafficking country. How can he even boost our tourism? Because nobody will want to be associated with such country. And beyond that, Obama business is again. Aside that, investors Obama again. So why are we doing this to our country? In the name of politics? No. I am still insisting that any approach that the NIB must use to arrest Ntim Fordjor, they must arrest him without any political, influence. And anybody who misbehave in the name of arresting Ntim Fordjor, try to stampede the operation of the national security or the BNI, must also be arrested.
All right, Anthony, my man for Boba Kunkum Mami, say Boko Minimara. Asam ne hura na adwoa na say hura say the akoso obokono ene enyan pa say in a national security wise no ye be dan because I say ye abreu
mini ba boko incident politically eno na ma yebodu bibia yebodu no. And I have said this several times and I will continue to say it. We share the political aspect of Boko conflict now. Only to the world exposed politicians. So you'll be surprised there. Even NGOs more Boko Nankasa. In order for them to get more grants for other places in the name of say what they facilitate peace, they are part of what? The reoccurring of the conflict. I don't know, I'm making what to say. So we have to look at it from a holistic way. We don't have to just look at it from one angle. But I am of the view that this is the time or what you inculcate the chieftaincy method. So the bond issue the otufu na other eminent chiefs to handle the matter. So if we have gone that more or less the democratic way trying to, bring in the legal approach. Nasenino is not giving us or yielding the result. We have to use the local approach. Make sure, say, we bring in eminent chiefs like Otufo and other eminent chiefs to take the lead and make sure, say, peace will be assured in Boko. If not, then we'll be going back and forth. Every month together we have to spend about 6 million, money. 6 million, that's an amount of 6 million in that conflict. And the thing is that the more you spend more money there in just to ensure say there's peace, then the more development is being denied by the people in Boko and its environs. So this is a very critical matter that I believe that we need to go holistically to handle it.
Anthony Mamena was here no paying ne wadaje.
Madam Mineba.
Anthony Quay, yes, security analyst and anopay, Yanino Akodi and Komop.